I would say the big thing for me about creating is just the craft in it, being able to take something from one step, go through a whole bunch of processes, and then you've got, in my case, a finished garment, something that you're going to have for years to come. Hello, my name is Eli and I'm the founder of the clothing brand Fieldtrip. So Fieldtrip is founded upon a strong commitment to craftsmanship and sustainable clothing. Everything I use is natural and biodegradable. That has often meant sourcing things that just aren't available in New Zealand. Nobody's ever got it into New Zealand before, but it's a really cool journey to go upon. On the website, I've got a little section called library, where I like to delve into lots of the little nitty-gritty of what I'm passionate about, whether that be like fibers or how things are made, techniques, all that sort of thing. Definitely going to be an endless project, but super cool to share that sort of info with people who are more that info inclined. My main influence getting into fashion would be my brother. Starting off, I definitely wasn't into fashion. Even in uni, when I was studying accounting, would rock up in rugby shorts, jandals, and like a t-shirt in winter. But then seeing my brother get into fashion, start wearing some cool stuff, I was getting a bit jealous as the older brother. And so just went on my journey, started figuring out my own style, and then eventually I got a bit fussier. And I was like, oh, I want to make my own stuff. Things aren't quite fitting the way I want and don't quite have the right silhouette. Yeah, and so I've been on this journey for, I think, about 5 years now. The first thing I made, I think it was like a little side bag. It was when they got like really popular at the time, and I was like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. Had it layered with like 3 different fabrics, had like a mesh in there. It was terrible, there was no shape to it. And then my nana went in and even tidied it up for me. And I felt like the man after making that, and I was like, you know what, this is me. I did start doing tote bags for a bit, and that was a good way to sort of hone the craft and learn how to sew straight lines and learning different fabrics, how they handle. But a big milestone for me would be when I did some naturally dyed t-shirts. So did the pattern, did the grading, cutting, sewing, dyeing, all of it. So huge undertaking, but definitely paid off, and it was something I could be really proud of. Just the epitome of what I want my craft to be. Definitely quite meticulous, and that is in every single step of the way. Whether it's me like cutting some paper, I'm gonna go bang on the line. Sewing, the amount of times I've unpicked something just because it's a tiny bit off, I'm like, oh, that's not quite right. That's a millimeter over, I don't like it. Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse. It means I can be really happy with what I put out for people, and I'm like utmost confident. I'm like, you're gonna love this. I'm happy with how it's turned out. This is my vision. But then of course the curse is a lot more time involved in that, and I'll eventually find that good happy space to sit within. The process from start to beginning is I will have an idea of like a garment that I want. Usually it's something I want to wear. I'll be like, oh, I'm inspired by, I want something I can wear dressed up, but I can also put a hoodie underneath it and look cool. So it's definitely my needs first will inspire it. I sadly cannot draw, so a lot of it is just trial and error, doing the patterns behind me, just doing the 2D sheets of cardboard, sewing them up, making samples of them, trying it on myself until I eventually am happy with it. That sometimes can take like 3 to 6 months because I'm just too fussy about it. And then at the moment I have been outsourcing the sizing of it, so I'll just do a single size. Some people can upload it onto computer, do the whole size range for me. They can print it out on paper. Next thing you know, I can just get it cut out. I've done some of the cutting myself and some I've outsourced just to save a bit of time. And the only real thing that I really like doing is the sewing side of things. So once I've got all my pieces, I'll just sit here with a podcast going, sew it up for hours at a time. Yeah, and then it's ready for the market. Try to do some marketing, but it's definitely a lackluster part on my end. I'm not a big fan of the marketing side of things. A lot of it can sometimes be relief. I'm like, okay, cool, I've been churning these out for so many hours now, ready for the next one. But at the same time, each garment I finish, I'm like, cool. That's a garment that will go on somebody and they're gonna wear it for as long as they can. I'm confident in the quality, so I look forward to seeing it on them in years to come. Hello, I'm Eli, and this is my favorite tool. So I guess in this trade, there's a lot of tools that I use, and this would be my favorite. This would be my grading square. So what you use to get squared lines, use it for your seam allowances, use it for basically everything. And this one in particular was a gift from my partner, and she got it engraved with like our first date location, so very special, and we'll be having this for many years. I've got a heated vacuum table, like an ironing board, but with a vacuum, and it's warm, perfect for sucking up moisture and getting really crisp garments. Comes with like a proper boiler unit and an iron, just constant steam. I've also got a plane sewer. I've just got this one because I'm too fussy and my last one wasn't working nice enough, so I would be happy with the quality of work it puts out. I have an overlocker that's just for like sealing your raw edges, nice tidy finish. And I still have my original domestic sewing machine, but the only thing I use it for now is the buttonholes. Current project I'm working on is this leisure shirt, so short sleeve shirt with just a really nice lapel detail, nice easy open summery sort of thing, made from organic hemp, which I've gone down the rabbit hole of researching about hemp, and it's just a great fiber, really good, better than linen, better than any other natural fiber in my opinion. Yeah, and so we'll be looking to release those pretty soon. Community is, it's the friends and family that just get around me, support what I'm doing, and they don't have the same depth of knowledge of how much work I'm putting into it, but they can still really appreciate how much work goes into it. And I remember the first time I put a garment on somebody and it was on a different body, it was outside of my sewing room. I'm like, oh shucks, this is real. So cool seeing my friends in my stuff. Yeah, just super surreal, huge amount of support, very humbling. And definitely just deeply appreciative of all those people that helped make this a dream come true.